Now, I just mentioned the elements, 5 elements that combine into 3 doshas or constitutional types. Now, how are they different? As I spoke of before, when speaking of elements and then doshas that are made up of those elements, we are thinking of the energetic essence of each element, not fires and the bonfire, but what are the qualities of fire element versus water element versus earth element. And this is where we come to the gunas. Guna means quality. And in Ayurveda, we work with about 20 gunas. And you find that each element has different doshas, different gunas, different qualities to them, right? So if we think of fire element, for example, and you might visualize the flame, but keep in mind that fire is a lot more than the actual flame we see. However, it has the qualities of being hot, sharp, light, it's spreading, right? Like we see in Australia, literally bushfires, wildfires spreading wide throughout summer. The element of earth, thinking of what qualities does earth have? It's very cold, grounding, stable, heavy, right? The element of water has those qualities of being fluid, but also heavy, cold, dense. The element of air and ether, they're in that sense relatively similar, as in that they both have the qualities of light, mobile, transparent, or clear, subtle, right? Very non-perceivable, dry, rough, light, I think I already mentioned. So these are the different gunas or qualities, and you'll find, as we just explored, that different elements have different qualities, and that distinguishes them. And therefore, the 3 different doshas also have different qualities. And it is those qualities which we work with, because that's the perceivable part of a dosha, right? How could you perceive your pitta dosha? In no other way than to notice qualities within you, such as, oh yeah, I'm actually quite hot-natured or hot-tempered or short-tempered. I can get quite frustrated or hangry, have a very fast metabolism that's very sharp, hot. And then according to those qualities, you realize, oh, okay, cool. So these are actually qualities of the fire element or of pitta dosha. So this is what's relating to me, right? So it's always the qualities that help us identify what dosha or constitutional type, or further back, what element is at work or is involved here. And therefore, which dosha or element is kind of driving a certain imbalance or balance, a state of balance. And therefore, what qualities do we need to create more of an equilibrium and more balance? So say if we feel like we have excessive qualities of kapha within us, or earth and water, like we feel very heavy and very sluggish and very cold, right? And very dense. In Ayurveda, we balance with opposites. So in order to, it sounds great, like, oh, you have too much kapha, so we need to balance that with, more vata and pitta kind of thing. But that's very etheric. Like, how do we action that? Again, through getting practical with the gunas, the qualities. They are our practical component. So like I mentioned, we're feeling very cold, sluggish, heavy, dense in our bodies. We balance it through the opposite qualities. That would be light, mobile, warming, spicing things up, right? And we do that by implementing certain lifestyle, dietary things, herbs that help us to create more of those qualities, like drinking a chai latte with digestive spices will warm up the system. Going for a run gets the circulation going, so it lightens us up, it lightens the load, gets the blood flow going, therefore warms us up too, right? So this is how the gunas work. And I always like to say to my clients, if you remember anything of our session or what I teach in any other scenario, then it is the elements that combine into doshas that all have different qualities. And the more you can familiarize yourself with and embody the qualities, the more you'll be able to already start using Ayurveda to find balance yourself.